T3andMe has brought his child. Now, O'Shea saying that T3andMe is also scamming. You know, the thing about a man that would bring his family to a country and start scamming in that country, that's a grimy guy. That is a grimy fella. You brought your family and exposed them to the internet, exposed them to the world, and you about to be a conniving scam artist type dude. You could have been anything in life, but you're gonna be a scam artist and you're gonna bring your family along, the ones that you were supposed to protect. Now, I'm gonna say this about this T3andMe dude, right? I don't believe that somebody would be that dumb to bring their family over to the motherland and start scamming brothers. I don't think a lot of these black dudes is that dumb for real. I don't think this brother T3andMe had went over to Africa and said, I'm about to scam these people. I'm about to take my wife. I think he might have an American woman. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm probably misspeaking. I don't know too much about him. But I think he might even have an American joint. You found a rare breed of black female in America that you deem was worthy to go ahead and build with overseas. Y'all had a child inside of in the motherland and you about to do some corrupt shit. That means you a grimy dude. You found the 1% of black female that was worth wifing up and was worth putting a child in and bringing her into your legacy, and you gonna start doing corrupt shit. I just have trouble believing it. I just have trouble believing it. I have trouble believing that. Seriously. What level of grimy do you have to be? That's all I'm gonna say about the T3andMe dude. His name is T3andMe. So hopefully when I be saying T3andMe, is y'all know I'm not talking about me. Saying T3andMe is his channel name. But yeah, I don't think people can be that grimy. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all think black men really that grimy? Like, that's another level, man. You brought your kid into this. I highly doubt it, fellas. I'm telling you. What really is probably happening too, you got a few scams that happen, like, where the people that are trying to run these businesses in these countries are getting scammed because they're pioneers at this stuff. It's not easy to go ahead and establish an actual business in Africa. This is why I haven't really tried per se. I've done business in Africa, but I haven't established an actual business of my own in Africa. I don't trust Africa with business. There's certain places I just don't trust with my money. Certain places in Asia, I wouldn't trust my money either. Let's go ahead and just throw the name out. What's Philippines. I would not trust Philippines with my money. There's some stuff that's happened over there too. I've been around the world, guys. I'm telling you, there's certain places that I'm just like, no, I'm not going to do that. I just highly doubt that these brothers was really out here just going into scam. There's a lot of scams going on in these foreign countries, y'all. A lot of scams, more than you guys can know. And unless you're on the ground there, understanding what's happening, that's the only way to really know. And I feel for the people that have been, like, let's say they really do believe they've been scammed. I feel for y'all because it must feel pretty bad. But I think it's important too to learn from this stuff and move forwardly. Move forward in a healthy manner. I always say that on this channel, move forward in a healthy manner. How can we move forward in a healthy manner? Yes, this was unfortunate, but at least you've learned from this. And I think this is a testimony to what most black people need to do. A testament to what most black people need to do. I think it's important that if you're going to do any type of business, you need to go with like-minded individuals and sit down with the person, understand them first before you do any type of business with them. Let me see real quick. Young Zias comes here. He says, I just went on Kiki Loves Nigeria's channel. She does have a lot of videos on the scamming stuff. Is there anywhere in Africa you can trust with their money? I definitely say that you can trust South Africa a bit. I mean, South Africa, it has a huge white backing. White people, I trust countries that white people trust. And I know it sounds messed up because I'm huge on this Pan-African shit, right? Listen, I'm huge on the future of my the people that I care for. Most black people I don't care for at all. I believe they live in a cesspool kind of lifestyle. I believe their life is dirty and filthy and they're corrupt mentally. Their code is messed up and not written correctly. So I try to not deal with them as much as possible. I feel like I can personally trust South Africa. South Africa, I've done some stuff over there and I've said, damn, this is a great place to do business. Man, I have a lot of associates over there and I'm like, you guys do real business. Like, you haven't asked me for money for one time. Like you haven't just asked me like, hey, can I support this other business that I'm like, no, you keep it in-house. You keep it to the business that we're both doing. I respect, I love that. South Africa is a great place to me to do business. I think you can do business in any African country too. It just needs to. I made a video not too long ago. I put this on my Patreon. It was a 3-hour video, but I put it on my Patreon. Link in the description where you can see my exclusive content. I mentioned that it's important when you're doing business in Africa to have an international lawyer. You know, a lot of people, they don't make use of international lawyers. Those are lawyers that specialize on the country that you're going to, the laws of that country. They're very useful. Yeah, they cost a lot of money, but get a mother effing international lawyer. They can assist your whole situation. You know, do you know how powerful it is when you have somebody, American or European, that understands that country's judicial system and their laws and stuff? Man, it's like you got an angel on your back, a literal angel. They call people, they got associates in the country too that you know that they specialize in. They have their office spaces and assistants in those countries that can assist. Man, guys, if you can trust a lot of these countries, if black people was to do business correctly, you know, things would be more favorable. But I think trusting young brothers that we see on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? I think that's already a risk. Even if the person's not corrupt, that's already an extreme risk. Let me see. I see some people talking in the chat. Let's go ahead and continue the video. I want to finish this video. I think I've been going too goddamn long. I said, let me come on here for like 30 minutes, talk to y'all, chop it up, but out here rambling.
Okay.
I'm like O'Shea for real. We just be on here rambling. Dude talk about Mermaids Africa for 20 minutes. Now you're talking about the shorties coming over his crib. God damn it.
Who else? Blacksit, you a fool if you send her some money. The Blacksit lady, I've been wanting to get her for years. Boy, family. That motherfucker there. The Blacksit family, and she's a booty clapper. How you scamming? I told y'all they be scamming and paying for the D. I told you they nasty. They be scamming. They be pro-black on the camera and pro-black shot when the camera go off. I'm going to say it again like Umar, family. They pro-black on camera, pro-back shot off camera, pro-black on camera, pro-back shot off camera, pro-black on camera, pro-back shot off camera. Booty clapping all the way up. Talk about white supremacy and all that. Be cheating on your husband. Getting the back blown out off camera. Yeah. We got to get these white women out of Gambia. Nah, I got to get your ass out of Gambia. With the Umar sniff. Throw it in there. Boom.
Look, you can trust a lot of countries in Africa for business. It's really how you're going into the business and how grand your business is going to be and how much knowledge and information you have on this business. Mark Meets Africa, the biggest issue that I see Mark Meets Africa did going into Africa and trying to get land and sell plots, the biggest problem with that is this is your first time doing it. You're a pioneer, which is great because we need people to do it first. But the bigger problem is that it's your first time doing it. So that also means that any issues that arise, your whole entire name goes under the rug. And then, you know, your legacy, you know, discontinues. They give it to the next person that goes into the country to go ahead and do that. Y'all get what I'm saying? So it's like, that's the biggest issue I see with Martin Meets Africa. He went into the country. He's doing something that he's never done. And it's hard, like, bruh, I wouldn't even do that. And I feel like I'm a pretty smart dude, but I wouldn't even do that. To start from the ground, this dude, Mark, tried to actually start from the dirt. Do y'all know how hard that is? Do you know how hard it is to start from the dirt in a country that you've never really been to? Like, you get to that country, you've lived there for some years, but you still learning things in the country. Like, the difficult level of starting a business from actual dirt is the same level of what's the word? Oh shoot, I messed up. It's the same. It's just as hard as how God was building, you know, Eve from Adam's rib. That's literally how hard it is. I can only imagine like taking out the rib of Adam and like putting it into Eve and like carving her out and trying to sketch how you want her and make her like this and do like this and put the hair. Okay, that's too much hair. Put a little bit. It's a lot of work. This is your first time creating this, you know? So it's not easy. I mean,